Minecraft, but we make our very own dimension. No, you're not dreaming it. You can actually make your very own Minecraft dimension, like the Nether or the End. The best part about this is that you don't have to write a single line of code. The entire process will be very easy to follow, so you don't need to worry about any technical problems. If you want to make a dimension, I suggest you watch the entire video, because I promise you your very own Minecraft dimension, full of unique items and tools. Hey guys, it's the Technetic, and on this channel I show you cool ways to customize and mod your tech, from your PC desktop to your favorite video games. If that sounds really interesting to you and want to try that out for yourself, don't be afraid to smash that red subscribe button. It's free and I promise you won't regret it. In order to make our very own dimension, we are going to use a tool called MCreator to help us create our own mods. If you don't know what MCreator is, it's pretty much a tool that lets you create your own mod without any coding or programming experience. If you want to know how to get that installed, I have a card linking to my how to make a Minecraft biome video. I have some chapters organized and you can navigate to installing MCreator. While at it, you can also check it out to make your own biome, because that'll come in handy soon. So once you have MCreator installed, you just want to go over there. So you can just do MCreator and hit OK. So then it'll start opening up MCreator and we can get started. Once your MCreator loads in, you want to click on New Workspace. Well, the thing is, I already have my biome and some of my resources are already there. So for this video, I'm going to just stick with my Technetic biome. But if you're starting fresh, feel free to create a new workspace. If you are, it's pretty simple. Just fill out some basic information and be sure to select Forge mod. If you're on Minecraft Bedrock, on the other hand, then you can do Minecraft add-on. For some reason, for me, if you want to create a fabric mod, it won't work because you have to install MCreator's plugin. Currently, I don't have it installed, so it's not going to work for me. So for now, I suggest you just create a Forge mod. Just fill in these details and you should hit create new workspace. But for now, I'm just going to stick with Technetic biome. As you can see, I've loaded into my biome page, and we can see that I have my existing Technetic ground block and my underground block. I also have a specified biome, which lets me pretty much have all my blocks that I created early on to pretty much kind of set up as a landscape. So like I was saying before, I said that if you want the biome to come in handy, then you can check out the video. Well, yes, I used that exact video to create a biome, because in that video I talk about how exactly I created these blocks and kind of turned that into a biome. So in order to create the dimension, we have to click on this big plus button and click on New Dimension. Give this any name of your choosing. I'm just going to name this Technetic Dimension. As you can see, you are greeted with the biomes, filler, fluid, sleep attempt, all of these cool settings that you can mess around on your own. But for this video, we can choose any biomes that we want. I'm going to use the existing Technetic biome that I created in that video. And we can also add as many biomes as we can. I'm going to add just a little bit of everything. We can add mountains from the overworld, to throw in the Nether, maybe the End, and let's just do kind of mixed bag, mutated mesa rock. There. So those are my options. As you can see, you can tell that you have the blocks by navigating with your arrow keys. You can say they show up. So yeah, that's pretty easy. So for the main filler block, this is just kind of act as like a grass block that fills up the area. So for this video, I'm just gonna choose something that's not widely used. So maybe something like diamond ore, because why not? So we have that selected. We can use a fluid block. For this video, I'm gonna use water, but I'm gonna also show you guys how you can create your own liquid or some sort. So for now, I'm going to use water, but actually, let's go over and create our fluid. Create our fluid, we want to go back to our workspace, click on new and click on fluid. You can name this whatever you want. You can make this Technetic Fluid. So the still texture, we have to create two different textures. So I guess what we can do is we can head over to resources and create a fresh texture. Let's see, we can go to generate from template. Let's see if they have water. Okay, let's go all the way to the bottom. Let's see if they have something resembling water. Okay, no water. Here, let's see, we could probably just fill something up here. Shouldn't be too hard. So I guess what we can do is just choose something like a Technetic color. Like, I guess this would work fine. And I can just fill this how it is. Maybe just alternate the lines a little bit. So I'll do this and I'll be back after kind of alternating my design. Once you're done finishing your still texture, you can click on save this texture and we should probably save it as other. So for the name of this texture, you want it to be all lowercase, otherwise you're going to be greeted with an error message. So for now I can just make this Technetic Fluid. There, and then it saves it as a PNG. So we can head back over to our fluid and okay. So we want to go here. It turns out don't save it as other. You want to go back and actually save as a new texture. You want to save this as a block and make this Technetic Fluid. So you want to save that as a block texture. So now we'll have an option. Select that. So now we have to create a flowing texture. What I'm probably just going to do is just alternate these two colors. So I'll do that and I'll be back after I do that. So after you're done with that, we can save this as a new texture and probably make this as a block. Make this Technetic Fluid Flowing. And now we can go here and select our flowing texture. It's pretty much like a mirrored version, so we can click on properties. We can kind of make the luminosity, you know, makes it look kind of cool. Density, let's see. Density, I guess just save it at fluid, yeah. Fluid type, similar to water. Triggers, I guess we can save this mod element. We can go back to our dimension and we can set our fluid block as our Technetic Fluid. For the sleep attempt, this will pretty much like check if you place a bed, what will it do. I just want to make this explode because that'd look pretty good. You can just make these settings however you choose. I'm just gonna do my personal settings that I want. So for the generation, you can make this however you want. I prefer the Nether generation, so I'll make that. But it's all up to you. You can make this however you want. So we can go to our portal. This will pretty much let us create like a portal that will let us travel there. So you obviously want to enable dimension portal. We can create our own portal frame block. But for now, I guess we can just make it, let's see. Let's make it simple, like, let's say something like cobblestone. We want to make the process pretty easy. Don't want to overcomplicate things. So like cobblestone. You can make this whatever block you want, but just to simplify the process, I'm making it cobblestone. You can kind of choose what sound it emits. Portal, you want this obviously to have it there. Luminance, this is pretty much like the luminosity level. So I'm just going to create this because I like luminance. So I'm going to give it like half luminance. Igniter name, let's see, I want to call this, like, you know how flint and steel, the igniter is just flint and steel? I was thinking we could do something a little different, like we could do ingot and stick. Ingot and stick. You can make this whatever you want though. I'm just choosing ingot and stick for today. Igniter tab, you want to make this whatever category you want. I'm going to do miscellaneous. And for these two, we'll create these. So of course what we're gonna do is, this is the igniter texture. So what we want to do is we want to go to our workspace, and I have a dedicated video on how to make an item. If you want to check that out, I have a card, but I'm gonna just simplify the process and make it real quick as a time lapse. If you want the in-depth review and tutorial, then feel free to check that out. After we have our custom texture created, we want to head over to our portal igniter item texture, of course. You want to click on it, and we'll be greeted with this menu. You want to click on the texture you created, of course, and click on select. Now the remaining thing we have left is our block texture. So to do that, what we have to do is go here. No, actually, go to our workspace, click on our resources, and we need to create a new animated texture. So since this is going to be a portal, we want to use a portal template. This can be easily accomplished by clicking on add frames from template. Click that, and you see these animation templates. As mentioned before, we're going to be using a portal. We can make this color like a nice cherry red. If you like high contrasted colors, then that's what you can go for. I like high contrast, so I'm going for that. And just to make it more like bright and contrasted, I'm going to turn on lock saturation and lightness, and then you can see that big difference. So you can click on add, and with this button it shows you over here what this animation will look like. There, it looks pretty cool. It kind of resembles a Nether portal of some sorts. So when you're done, you can click on save this animated texture and save this as a block. Say Technetic animated portal. Make this size 8x8 and click on OK. Once it's saved, we can X out over here, and we can see in our resources section that this shows up here. So to actually take advantage of this, we can go over here in our Technetic dimension and select this under our block texture. You can see that the portal layer shows up. So you want to click on that and click on select. So now we have everything ready. If we go over to our triggers, this pretty much triggers some actions when these happen. But just to simplify the process of this tutorial, I'm not going to mess around with these. In your free time, you can look into the MCreator docs and mess with these. But for today, I'm going to leave these as is. After you're done, click on Save Mod Element. Then you see that tab closes out, and we're back on our workspace. To actually see everything that we created, we want to go back to Mod Elements. And now we can see our ground block, underground block, biome, our fluid, and our dimension. So that's pretty cool. Now real quick, I'm going to show you how you can get this exported into your Minecraft installation. After you're done with your mod, we can just press Ctrl E on our keyboard, or we can go to Workspace and click Export the mod for distribution. So it'll take us to the console, where the Gradle will pretty much compile this into a jar file for Minecraft. So we'll be greeted with this pop-up. If you want, you can donate to the developers of MCreator. For this video, I'm just going to export the mod without donating. Then we're going to be greeted on where we want to save it. For easy access, I'm just going to save this in my downloads under Technetic Dimension. So, as it says, Workspace autosaves, so you don't need to worry about any mess ups. So we can just minimize or close out. So I'm just going to minimize. And as you can see, we have our Technetic Dimension in our downloads. But in order to send this to Minecraft, go to your keyboard and press Windows key R. You'll be greeted with this run dialog where you can put in some certain directories, which will direct you to a certain folder or app. So this is what you want to type in into your run dialog. So I'll let you pause the video and type that in, because I'm going to move on. So now we can click OK or hit enter on your keyboard, and you'll have an additional file explorer window. So if you scroll down, you should have a folder called mods if you've done modding before. If this is your first time, that's completely normal. This happened to me too. What you want to do is go here and just click on new folder, or right click and click on new folder and just name it mods. So then you want to double click into it and then drag and drop your jar file. There. So now if we close out these two and actually load into our Minecraft game, we'll have the dimension loaded in and we'll be able to load into our actual dimension. As you can see, I'm in my very own custom dimension. It looks really cool, while some parts didn't exactly render as I anticipated. If you look around, you can see all the custom textures, like the portal, world generation, and the blocks. In my opinion, I think that my final result looks awesome. And to think that custom dimensions were unheard of. So, if you liked the video, it'd be great if you pressed that little like button below the video, and even to hit that subscribe button if you want to see more of these videos. Before you close off and probably watch more YouTube, let me know in the comments what type of dimension you turned out to make. As a content creator, I find it interesting to read your comments and see what stuff you make with my tutorials. Well, I guess what I can do now is to thank you guys for actually watching the entire video. So, thank you guys, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye!